welcome to iasorigin. So today I'll be talking about Jerusalem, which is considered as the oldest city and the most holy city. Yes, Jerusalem is called as the holy city because it holds the religious significance to three different religions: the Jews, the Islams and the Christians. तीन different religion एक ही जगह को अपनी religious site मानते हैं. That is why it has always been a bone of contention between all these three religions and has been also considered as a cradle of civilization. So let's talk in detail about it. There is a place in Jerusalem which is known as a Temple Mount. ये Temple Mount वो जगह है जिसको Jews भी अपना साइट मानते हैं, इस्लाम भी और क्रिश्चियंस भी. एंड द क्वेश्चन इज किसको ये होली साइट एक्चुअली बिलोंग करता है. एंड दिस इज द रीजन टाइम एंड अगेन अपन को इजराइल, पैलेस्टीन, जेरूसलम जैसी जगहों पर वॉर देखने को मिलती है. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द हिस्ट्री ऑफ हाउ दिस इमर्ज्ड. इफ वी टॉक अबाउट द हिस्ट्री, जेरूसलम अब्राहमिक रिलीजन का बेस माना जाता है. प्रॉफिट इब्राहिम, whose name is common in the religious books of all the three religions. बात की जाए हिब्रू बाइबल ऑफ ज्यूज, उसमें भी इब्राहिम का नाम मेंशन किया जाता है. बात की जाए क्रिश्चियंस की बाइबल की, तो उसमें भी उनका नाम मेंशन किया जाता है. एंड इस्लाम की कुरान में भी उनका नाम मेंशन किया जाता है. मीन्स दैट all the three religions have emerged from a common ancestor, that is Abraham. People who started considering Prophet Muhammad as the ancestor, they came to be known as Islams. जिन्होंने जीसस को मानना स्टार्ट किया, they came to be called as the Christians. And those who considered Moses as their prophet came to be known as the Judaism or the Jews. And that is why we can observe certain similarities in all the three religions. And all the three religions believe in one God. Abraham is the prophet mentioned in all the three religious books, and Jesus is the prophet of Christians. Prophet Muhammad is sacred to Islam and Moses of Jews. So here we can see जहाँ पे एक particular जगह जेरूसलम के लिए तीन different religions लड़ते हैं. Abraham is one of the prophets जहाँ पे तीनों religions unite होते हैं. So let's talk in detail about all the history. Before starting onto it, I would like to welcome you on iasorigin and would like to tell you that you can enroll with us for prelims cum mains program, where you'll be getting live classes, weekly test, free mentorship session where you'll get a personalized mentor and the personalized strategy plan based on your needs. So let's begin with our topic. If we talk about Christians, Christians के लिए ये holy site क्यों है? Because Christians considered that this is the same city जहाँ पे Jesus को crucify किया गया था, also resurrected. Resurrected means वापस से birth आना. So Christians consider this is the same place जहाँ पे crucifixion हुआ था. That is why it is known as a holy place. एक church था जिसका नाम था Golgotha Church. This Golgotha Church is considered as a point of crucifixion of Jesus. ये same Jerusalem city में situated है, and it is only 2 kilometer away from Temple Mount. टेम्पल माउंट से सिर्फ 2 किलोमीटर दूर ये गोलगोथा चर्च है जहां पर जीसस को क्रूसीफाई किया गया था. एंड ऑल्सो द प्लेस वेयर जीसस रिसर्केटेड, उसका नाम है द चर्च ऑफ स्पेल्चर. द चर्च ऑफ स्पेल्चर ऑल्सो सिचुएटेड नियर बाय टू टेम्पल माउंट. सो बोथ दीज सेक्रेड प्लेसेस आर सिचुएटेड नियर टेम्पल माउंट. सो नाउ लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड विद द ज्यूज. How come Jews consider it as their important site? When we talk about Jews, उनकी Hebrew Bible, like Bhagavad Gita in Hindus, Quran in Islam, Bible in Christianity, Hebrew Bible is the holy book of the Judaism or the Jews. उनकी Hebrew Bible में mentioned है that on Mount Moriah एक particular जगह mentioned है which they considered where Abraham sacrificed his own son, जहाँ पे अब्राहम ने अपने son को sacrifice किया था. And from here onwards Moses met God. So उनका ये मानना है that Mount Moriah is situated in Jerusalem, and their King Solomon constructed a temple and a holy structure to resemble this Mount Moriah. And this is considered as the first temple of Jews, and this is situated in Temple Mount only. They claim that टेम्पल माउंट, जहां पे अब अल अस्का मॉस्क है, इस्लाम की अल अस्का मॉस्क के नीचे there is embedded Mount Murai, just like the case of India, जहां पे मानते थे कि बाबरी मस्जिद के नीचे राम मंदिर है. Similar is the case over here. Religious issue have always been long lasting from Babur's time to the present time, where this crisis of Ram Janmabhoomi was solved. Same is the case over here, where they consider that Mount Murai is situated within the balls of Temple Mount. So here is another issue. Now when we talk about Islam, Quran में mentioned है that it is a place from where Prophet Muhammad proceeded to heaven. That is why it is considered as a holy place to Islam. Temple Mount. That is why they have named Temple Mount as Haram al-Sharif, a holy site of Islam. Along with it, there is a mosque built which is known as Al-Aqsa Mosque. This mosque is important because it is considered as a holy site of Islam by both the Shia Muslim as well as the Sunni Muslim. Both the ethnicities of Muslim population are subdivided over the ethnic lines, but when it comes to the religious and the holy significant places, after Makkah and Medina, this third site is considered as a holy site, and both the sects agree on this. Here we can see that for all the three religions, Christianity, Jews and Islam, this place holds an important significance, and Temple Mount is the major bone of contention. इसको different religions अपनी holy site मानते हैं, and there has been a constant fight for this. Apart from this religious significance, there are certain historical significance as to who came first, which religion came first, and who occupied the territory. So now let's move to the geopolitical issue of how this area was occupied by the different religions and the different dynasties. From ancient time only, Jerusalem was occupied by the various religious dynasties time and again. And the first dynasty to establish its rule was none other than the Jews. Jewish history claims that the King David was the first king who occupied Jerusalem and made it the capital of Jewish religion. वहां पे Jews की population रहती थी and Jerusalem was the capital of Jews. इसीलिए Jews आज भी ये मानते हैं this is a place where the Messiah will take birth. Now, when we talk about King David, he is mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. Hebrew Bible में माना जाता है कि he is one of the reasons for uniting the Jewish population and also bringing back the Ark of Convent. Ark of Convent की बात की जाए तो Ark of Convent is a box-like structure. ये एक box-like structure है made of gold. Jews मानते हैं कि इस Ark of Convent के अंदर 10 instructions हैं जो कि God ने मोसेस को दिए थे. So they considered this as an instruction of God to their prophet. Therefore, it holds important significance for them. And for the preservation of same Ark of Convent, a temple was built by King David. And this temple was situated at none other place but Temple Mount. Temple Mount में Jews अपना temple बनवाते हैं for the preservation of Ark of Convent. But this temple was destroyed by the Romans. But the story did not end here. They built another temple in 1516. 1516 में second temple बनता है, but this time under the temple Ark of Convent was missing. But Jews says that they will build the third temple in the same place after the Messiah will be born. They claim that this is a territory of Jews, जो कि Hebrew Bible के हिसाब से mentioned है, and this solely belongs to them. Here is a claim of Jews over this land. Then when we move forward to 330 BC, 330 BC की बात की जाए, then came Alexander the Great. Alexander was in the quest of conquering the world, and from there onwards this area came under the control of the Greeks. Greeks के control में आता है, and the Greeks spread the Greek pagan religion. Now, Greek pagan religion was totally opposite to the Jewish religion. Greek pagan religion is a polytheistic religion. मतलब कि वो multiple gods में believe करते हैं. But Jews are monotheist. They believe in one God. Okay, and here the Greek pagan religion also does idol worship, which is totally absent in Jews. यहाँ पे दो different religions के different contradicting opinions थे, and with the influx and the control of the Greeks, two different religions came under conflict, and the first religious rebellion took place. पहली वॉर होती है रिलीजन के लिए इन 167 BC. From here onwards, Jerusalem became a place where religious conflicts came to the light. Then came the Romans and the spread of Christianity. With the advent of the Romans, there was a war and they destroyed the second Mount Temple. First Mount Temple was destroyed. Now the second Mount Temple was destroyed by the Romans over there. And here again a conflict starts between the Jews and the Christianity. And Judaism believes to build the third temple in the same place. And with the advent of the Romans, Christianity spread on a large scale. And Constantine is credited for the spread of Christianity because he also built the Church of Spelcher. As I said, Church of Spelcher is of religious importance to the Christianity, जहाँ पे Jesus का rebirth माना जाता है. So he built that church in Jerusalem. That is why he is considered as one of the important rulers who spread Christianity in the area of Jerusalem. Now in 1628, we can see that there was a short period of no war. But there were religious rivalry, of course, going on in that region. There was a rule of Sassanid Empire. Sassanid Empire was none other but the Jewish Empire. Short term के लिए Jews का control वापस आता है and थोड़े time का peace मिलता है उस area में. But then again in 1637, अभी तक Christians का role था. Christianity and the Romans were ruling. But in 1638, Arabs got the control of Jerusalem. Arabs means Islamic population. Islam का control आता है. So here again a war start. Now they started building the Al-Aqsa Mosque. पहले Jews का control, then came the Christianity, building of Church of Spelcher. Now building of Al-Aqsa Mosque. Means every religion was building up their structure over there to lay their claim over their religious sites. Here Al-Aqsa Mosque is built by Caliph Rashiddin. And then another structure known as a Dome of Rock. This is also a holy structure of Islam. Was built by Caliph Abdul Malik. And from here only they renamed the site as Haram al-Sharif. Haram al-Sharif जो कि नाम आज तक continue करता है because at present Al-Aqsa Mosque is over there. And there after all the three religions came, started the era of crusade. Crusade means war का era start होता है. Now objective was to stop the expansion of Muslims. Muslims का expansion रोकने के लिए Christianity and Muslims were in constant fight with each other. But this ended in the 16th century because 16th century में there is a rise of Protestantism in Europe. Europe में Protestantism आता है. There was a clear-cut separation between the church and the power which controlled. पहले church का control बहुत strong होता था, but then after Protestantism there was separation of power and यहाँ से church का control कम होता है and from there onwards this war declined and came the Ottoman Turks. Then Ottoman Turks आते हैं and during the time of Ottoman Turks उनका इतना stronghold था, there appeared a region of religious peace. कुछ पर्टिकुलर टाइम के लिए रिलीजियस पीस स्टैब्लिश हो जाता है रीजन में. बट ऑटोमन टर्क्स की इतनी अच्छी मोनोपोली बन चुकी थी मिडिल ईस्ट की तरफ दैट विद बिगिनिंग ऑफ द इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन यूरोप, जब यूरोप में इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन होता है एंड इंग्लिश पीपल वर फाइंडिंग वेज टू हैव ट्रेड विद इंडियन सबकॉन्टिनेंट एंड द मलाय पेनिनसुला, Ottoman Turks served as an intermediary जो कि एक मोनोपोली बनाए थे, हाई रेट्स चार्ज करते थे and there emerged a quest for the sea route. And from there onwards, Ottoman Turks were considered as a major hindrance in their trade. वहाँ से Ottoman Turks को destroy करने के लिए काफी सारे wars होते हैं and then ultimately the Ottoman Turks lost and fell apart. After the decline, there started the era of chaos again. Then British and the French established their control over different countries and colonies, and same happened with Jerusalem. जेरूसलम के संग भी सेम हुआ. इट केम अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट एंड साइन द ट्रीटी ऑफ बेल्फोर जिसमें माना गया था कि ज्यूज का होमलैंड देना चाहिए. एंड फ्रॉम देयर ऑनवर्ड स्टार्टेड द डिमांड फॉर द ज्यूइश होमलैंड. वर्ल्ड वॉर 1 के बाद से द कंट्रोल वेंट इनटू द हैंड ऑफ द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट एंड वहां से ज्यूज की डिमांड ज्यादा रेज होने लगी. दे वर नॉट इन सपोर्ट ऑफ द अरब्स बट इन द सपोर्ट ऑफ द ज्यूज. Okay, but then started the World War II and World War II और उसके end में happened the great and the worst Holocaust, Jewish genocide. जब ज्यूज जीनोसाइड होने लगा हिटलर के द्वारा, ज्यूज वर सो मच एक्सप्लॉइटेड, दे वर किल्ड इन नंबर्स, वहां से ज्यूश होमलैंड की जो डिमांड थी वो और एग्जैजरेट हो गई एंड पीपल ऑल ओवर द कंट्रीज एंड द वर्ल्ड स्टार्टेड डिमांडिंग फॉर जस्टिस ऑफ ज्यूज एंड फ्रॉम देयर ऑनवर्ड्स दिस डिमांड गॉट रेज्ड. As a result of this Holocaust, there was a huge influx of the Jewish population in the state of Jerusalem. Running away from the genocide of Hitler, Jerusalem में इतना ज़्यादा influx होने लगा Jews का that population massively increased from 50,000 to 1,65,000. अचानक से population इतनी ज़्यादा बढ़ गई and the striking fact is कि population में 2/3 Jews थे. Now Jerusalem में majority of the population Jews की हो गई and Arabs and Christians were reduced to a minority in that region, जो कि 1/3 रह गए सिर्फ. वहाँ पे Jews का strong hold आ गया था and there were constant war between the Jews and the Arabs over whose land it is, and as a result then in 1947 around United Nations had to intervene and United Nations signed a ceasefire agreement where Palestine partition plan was given. Palestine partition plan लाया गया which thought to divide the land between two different religions. Arabs और Jews के बीच में divide करने की बात की गई. Half of the area went under the Arabs जो कि Palestine कहलाता था and half went under Jews, and this area which went under Jews was none other than Israel. जो present day Israel है is a Jewish population state. And in 1948, Israel declared itself independent Jewish state, जिसको US ने भी recognize किया, but the Arab nations were not happy with it, and as a result, the first Arab-Israel war broke out. Again, religious war came on the surface. Now the Jerusalem, माना गया कि जेरूसलम को एक international control के अंदर रखा जाएगा, where Western Jerusalem was given to Israel and the Eastern Jerusalem went with Jordan, जहाँ पे Arabs की population थी. But after series of war and annexation, Israel occupied whole of Jerusalem, जो कि आज उसका capital serve करता है. But the Arabs considered it as an illegally occupied territory, and that is why till today there is a conflict between the Arab nations and the Israel nation, the Jews and the Arabs. The present Hamas attack has its seed sown in this particular conflict over here. In the 6 days war, East Jerusalem was captured by Israel. यहाँ से Jerusalem पूरा का पूरा Israel का हो जाता है. Thus Jews got control of whole of Jerusalem at present. But if we look onto the map of present Israel, then this is a West Bank territory. ये जो West Bank territory है is captured by Israel. This earlier belonged to Jordan. इसको West Bank इसलिए कहा गया है क्योंकि Jordan के western part था ये. It has come under the control of Israel. This Gaza Strip is also under the control of Israel, which was not originally Israel's. और ये पूरा area भी अभी Israel का है. But इस West Bank area में is population of Arabs. Arabs यहाँ पे minority में हैं, जो कि Palestine में रहते हैं. And they are not considered as a separate country, sovereign country by United Nations, but Israel is considered. This is a reason for present conflicts, that Arabs and Jews are still in war. To keep up the peace, there was an agreement signed in 1967, and it was decided that the religious control, religion के basis पे माना जाए तो जेरूसलम का टेम्पल माउंट जो है जहाँ पे अल अक्सा मॉस्क है, will stay with Muslims. मुस्लिम्स वहां पे अपनी प्रेयर्स ऑफर कर सकते हैं, भले ही उसका सॉवरेन कंट्रोल इजराइल के पास हो. सॉवरेंटी विद इजराइल बट रिलीजन विद मुस्लिम. एंड ओनली ज्यूज विल बी गेटिंग वेस्टर्न वॉल फॉर प्रेयर पर्पस. नाउ वेस्टर्न वॉल, it is considered that whole of wall around the temple mount के किनारे की पूरी wall is considered as a sacred wall by Jews. वो उसको face करके अपनी prayers को offer करते हैं. But after the second temple was destructed by the Roman Empire, ये पूरी wall का part गायब हो चुका था and all that remained was the western part of the wall, hence the name Western Wall. Now the Jews are saying that they have only western part to offer the prayers. Now, Muslim Orthodox considered that Jews should be put out of that place and it should be wholly of them. And the Jews considered that Western Wall is the chunk of particular area. They need to be restored with whole of the Temple Mount. So this is a huge conflict which has been going on since year 3000, 5000 years. This war is still continuing. And the question is, whose land does it belong and how will the peace be restored? Three religions are involved. And that has been one of the reasons of constant fight. That is why Jerusalem is often known as a heart of religion and a cradle of civilization. What will be the result in future is yet to be seen. That was all about Jerusalem. Hope you liked the video. Do like and comment. And for more such videos, subscribe to our channel iasorigin. Thank you.